What happens when a common storm turns into a natural disaster? That's what residents of Gujarat, India, faced last weekend. Intense monsoon rains caused flooding that paralyzed daily life in multiple districts. In just a few hours, areas like Halal received nearly 25 centimeters of rain. Streets collapsed due to the accumulation of water. Water entered homes and businesses in different parts of the state. In Himatnagar, videos showed completely submerged cars. Some urban areas were completely isolated. Families had to climb to higher ground to stay safe. Local markets became moving channels. Main roads were covered by muddy streams. Authorities issued emergency alerts in several parts of the state. People were asked to stay indoors. The forecast called for more rain in the following hours. The following day, flooding spread to more districts. In Navsari, more than 23 centimeters of rain fell in 24 hours. At least 92 roads were closed for safety reasons. Nearby dams began to overflow. In Chikle, Kairam, and Jalalpur, accumulations exceeding 12 centimeters were also reported. Entire neighborhoods were underwater. In low-lying areas, families evacuated with only essential supplies. Local rescue teams used boats to assist those trapped on rooftops. Classes and public transportation services were suspended. Several areas lost power due to power outages. National highways became impassable. Vehicles were trapped in deep, standing water. Bridges collapsed or became unstable due to water pressure. Authorities reiterated warnings against unnecessary travel. In Himatnagar, the impact was greatest. Flooding reached high-end homes. Water entered living rooms and garages. Vehicles were reported floating in the streets. Emergency teams deployed special vehicles and boats. The goal was to evacuate families who remained trapped. Ambulances experienced delays due to road conditions. Businesses and shops reported material losses due to water damage. The India Meteorological Department issued new alerts. Ahmedabad was placed under an orange alert. Surat received a yellow alert for severe rainfall. Authorities warned of the isolation of communities due to rising water levels. The risk grew with each passing hour. Infrastructure began to show signs of collapse. Main roads were swept away by the currents. Trucks and buses were stranded for long periods. In villages near rivers, bridges became unusable. Some communities were completely cut off from relief routes. Several districts announced the complete closure of schools. Public offices reduced their working hours to protect staff. Rescue teams continued to operate without interruption. Inflatable boats were used to evacuate stranded families. Shelters began to fill quickly. Food and dry spaces were provided to displaced people. It was confirmed that the priority was the protection of human lives. However, a difficult recovery was anticipated due to damage to homes and crops. Images captured showed roofs barely visible above the water level. By midweek, the danger shifted to rural areas. Fields were completely saturated by the rains. Crop destruction was reported in several agricultural areas. Navsari and Surat districts faced overflowing rivers. The risk of embankment collapses became a central concern. Meteorologists warned of possible landslides. Mountainous areas were the most prone. Emergency camps were set up with food and medical assistance. Health authorities expressed fear of possible outbreaks of waterborne diseases. Volunteers joined in the distribution of supplies. Elderly people received support for evacuation. The monsoon, normally seen as a boon for agriculture, turned into a destructive event. The situation tested the resilience of the affected communities. The priority remained saving lives. Small business owners faced uncertainty after several days with their businesses underwater. Rescue teams continued to work in critical areas. The rapid response of emergency services was key to reducing casualties. Authorities emphasize that extreme weather events are becoming more frequent.